For more than 90 years, the Appalachian Trail has been a paradise for hikers and other outdoorsmen. Cutting through 14 states and stretching over 2,000 miles long, it is the longest hiking-only trail in the world. 2 to 3 million people hike the trail every season. With this number increasing every year, it is becoming increasingly important to take various problems and hazards on the trail into consideration to maintain the balance between man and nature. The trail crosses a variety of landscapes, from lowlands to mountains. This gives the Appalachian Trail a unique beauty, but also comes with its set of problems. Trails must constantly be inspected and maintained for the safety of hikers and preservation of the trail's natural beauty. The weather can fluctuate and change rapidly in many parts of the trail, particularly in its mountainous regions. It is important to stay updated on what the weather conditions are and how they may affect trail conditions. Other natural trail damage, including fallen trees, areas of collapsed soil, or flooded areas due to beaver dams, can all have an impact on the integrity of trails and the experience people have when they are out hiking. While natural events frequently require trail closings and maintenance, man-made trail damage is also a factor. More and more people are hiking the Appalachian Trail every year. This increase in hikers shows that hiking and outdoor activities are gaining popularity, but it also forces parks to consider the effects of this increase in traffic. Graffiti and litter are becoming more common on the trail. This man-made interference is not only diminishing the natural beauty of the trail for hikers, it also poses a threat to the wildlife in the area. Parks need to establish a method for reporting this unauthorized and harmful man-made effect on trails. While some man-made destruction of trails is done without reason, some is done to improve trail quality and safety. Parts of the trail frequently undergo construction, making them impassable for the time the renovations are going on. When hikers are planning their route through the trail, it is important that they are aware of any portions of the trail that are under construction so that they can plan accordingly. Injuries on the trail can happen for a number of reasons. Hikers should always be aware of any wild animals, such as bears and snakes, they might encounter on the trail. Many areas of the trail also have steep ledges or cliffs that hikers need to traverse with caution. With so many people hiking the trail, accidents are bound to happen. In one survey, 34 of 84 hikers on the Appalachian Trail reported some form of injury. Having the ability to report injuries and receive medical attention is a necessity on any part of the trail. It is easy for hikers to overestimate the distance they have planned to hike. Shelters all along the trail are built to allow hikers to rest or to wait out bad weather. For a safe hike, anyone along the trail should know where the closest shelter is if there is any sort of emergency or if they just need a break.
Hi, I'm Kevin, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how QR codes and other GIS tech can help solve some of the problems that Cassidy mentioned. So what are QR codes, and how do they work? QR codes, or quick response codes, are black and white barcodes that can be scanned with a cell phone's camera. When scanned, they redirect the user back to a website. While normally used for advertising, QR codes can and are already being implemented to help solve some of the problems that Cassidy mentioned. In fact, according to the newspaper The Hartford Courant, in 2014, 95% of Appalachian Trail hikers were already using their smartphones on trail to check conditions and to post to their hiking blogs. By scanning a QR code, hikers have the ability to see exactly where they are on the trail. The websites that QR codes direct them to are also able to alert them of weather conditions, unsafe trail conditions, and to see what facilities might be nearby. For example, this map shows parking areas along the southern AT. A QR code scan could redirect the hiker to this map so he or she could see where the nearest parking lot is. All a hiker has to do is locate a QR code along the trail, scan it, and then be directed to a website with all this information. The scans also provide a log for park rangers to see which codes are being scanned the most. This will allow rangers to provide appropriate trail maintenance to the most popular parts of the trail.
We've already heard how QR codes and other GIS technologies are improving hiking trails across the Appalachian Mountains and the US. But something else we should think about now is where these technologies are headed in our future. What we're using now is still basic technology, but there are endless benefits to developing all of these ideas further. 4 major ways that I can see QR codes and other trail safety apps developing are improving trail safety, adding more educational opportunities, increasing hiker diversity, and increasing cellular coverage. One of the biggest opportunities to increase trail safety is by developing an application on a phone that a user can download before they begin to hike. Using this app, they would be able to use their GPS location to mark and identify any known hazards that they see on the trail. This could include downed logs, flooding, exposed electrical wires, or anything else that could potentially harm hikers. This could reduce the incidents for hikers, creating a safer environment, and would let the maintenance staff or anyone who takes care of the trails know of these hazards and take care of it before it becomes more of an issue. This also applies to weather. These apps could update hikers in real time on storm and weather conditions and give them alerts when bad weather is nearby. QR codes could also be placed throughout the trails, showing routes to nearby storm shelters when they're scanned. We also believe these technologies could increase the diversity of hikers. Adding modern features and technologies on the trails would draw in more younger users who grew up in an age of technology. It could also prove as an incentive for people who do not usually consider themselves outdoorsy or like spending time outside. It would create a safer environment where they'd feel more comfortable being outside and could feel safer taking their smartphone along with them to learn more about the trails. One of the biggest benefits is the educational potential. Again, phone applications could be created or websites that could be reached through QR codes on the trails that could create a site for users to share pictures, comments, and data that they find on these trails. It could help get to know the area you want to hike from past users' experience, or an incentive for more hikers to get out there and check out the trails once they see pictures. It could help track animal species or rare plants for scientific studies, or it could just help track the plants and animals in the area. One concern to keep in mind with these technologies is the available cellular service. This map was created to show the Appalachian Trail, the blue line on the map being the trail center line, along with a black dot for all known cellular towers. The higher the elevation, the fewer towers there are, showing a decrease in coverage. These apps and QR codes are an incentive to increase cellular service in these areas. However, luckily, GPS location works without cell service, so these applications can work on trails with no coverage if they are downloaded beforehand. This could be used by hikers' friends and family to keep track of their location when they cannot be in contact by phone, which would ease their mind in both parties.